Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about a life update. Life has been hectic, but hey, let me tell you all about it. Child, where do we begin? A lot has happened within 3 months, and nobody will notice because I don't go on my Instagram and just show the bads and the negative. I really go into my Instagram and show positivity and growth and inspire women, even though we may all be going through our own things. Let's backtrack. For those of you who know, I got pregnant October last year. I found out I was pregnant around October 13th, so around yesterday, because today's October 14th, so yesterday I found out last year that I was pregnant, and I was already about 2-3 weeks pregnant. So my entire pregnancy, I did work out, I did continue eating healthy, I continued doing the same things that I was already doing prior to me being pregnant. I continued everything, nothing stopped. I continued doing what I was doing, everything was the same. Walking, gym, eating healthy, a lot of cardio. So fast forward, I did only gain 35 pounds when I gave birth. So I was preparing my body for a VBAC. VBAC is a vaginal birth after a cesarean. So with my first daughter, I had a C-section. I went all the way up to 42 weeks pregnant. It was around COVID time, so I was not active, was not eating healthy. I was not an active person at all. So when I got induced at 42 weeks, and Riley did not want to come out at all. But I got scared into an epidural, even though I don't like pain. So I was going to get it originally, but I was not going to get it at 0 centimeters. I got it at 0 centimeters dilated. And the reason why I got it like that was because the doctor told me that since I was overweight, 343 pounds, that it was recommended for me to get the epidural now, because when I would start getting contractions, I will be in too much pain and I won't be able to stay still, and they could, hurt me or whatever, paralyze me if I move. So I was advised to get the epidural before I started dilating, which caused me to be bed labor for 26 hours. 26 hours, y'all. I was laboring in bed for 26 hours. That was the worst thing that could possibly happen to me. 26 hours in labors, only dilated 5 centimeters. They did the Foley balloon, the Pitocin, the Duritex, something like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But they did all of that. So that was a first-time mother, first-time labor. So they was able to do all of that. I only dilated to 5 centimeters. Didn't progress after that. Riley's heart rate started dropping, and I was forced into having an emergency C-section. I felt like my labor was robbed from me. I didn't get any pictures with Riley when I was in the labor room, in the C-section room. I didn't get no skin to skin because they took her immediately. I didn't hear her cry because I was too out of it. So I was robbed out of that experience, I was kind of depressed for a minute, oh, I didn't get to experience this and that, I didn't get to push my daughter out. I was just in my head too much, thinking that I didn't go through it because I didn't have a vaginal birth, which is kind of a C-section mom. We just be thinking too much, we be in our heads too much, and we be, overthinking. So, that happened. It took me a while to get over it. I did go through a postpartum depression with Riley. Was COVID. I didn't go outside. I was scared to go outside. I was scared for my daughter to get sick. I was scared to do anything by myself. I was living in the Bronx, living in New York, and everybody went back to work. Everybody was doing their own thing. I was home alone for I was a stay-at-home mom for Riley's entire 3 years. I've always been a stay-at-home mom, honestly speaking. Like, I went back to work when Riley was 2 years old, and that was just because I was having too much anxiety, too much panic attacks in the house, and I was just like overwhelmed in the house. Being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. It's a routine that just continues and never stops. It's like a cycle, and it's not easy for everybody. Like, it's very, very draining. It's overwhelming a lot. So being a stay-at-home mom is rewarding, yes, but it's draining, and it's mentally draining. So I got mentally drained doing the same thing over and over. I was a stay-at-home mom, a girlfriend, a business owner, a dog mom. So it was like a lot, too much on my plate. And I wanted to give myself some time to like be me again, find me again. So like meet new people, explore new things, find myself again, find what I like to do, because all I knew was motherhood, business, and girlfriendhood. That's all I knew. I forgot all about me when I had Riley. Once I went back to work, I was working at T-Mobile. So once I went back to work, I met new people, I met good people, I would rekindle relationships with my old friends. It was cool, you know, like people seeing me as a mom now. It was nice, you know. I went back to work temporarily, only like 3 days, just to get out of that stay-at-home mom routine, because it was very, very, very draining. So Monday through Wednesday, I had work from 9 to 3, and then my daughter would stay with my mom. So thank God that she didn't have to go to like daycare or anything. Riley never went to daycare, thank God. I know a lot of moms have to put their kids in daycare, but you know, it's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. Riley did go to like a daycare 3K when she was 3, and that was after we moved to Jersey. We moved to Jersey, and then this is where like things took a left turn. Well, before we did move to Jersey, I was running a boutique business. It was very good. I made really good money. It was my first time making money like that. Coming from like, you know, a family that doesn't have like business ownership, like stuff like that. I'm like the first person in my family to have a business, you know, so it makes me feel really good to like inspire my family members and all of that. I got to enjoy new things. I got to spoil myself. I got to spoil everybody, especially my daughter. I was able to give her everything that I never really had. But I thank God like my mom gave me what she can. And we moved to Jersey, and my business went like down. It wasn't that good anymore because I was offering a lot of pickup orders and stuff like that. If you know, Classic Curves was my business from the Bronx. I would offer pickup, so you can order online. You tell me, oh, I need an outfit for it to be same day pickup, and I will allow you to come pick it up at my house. I will also offer Uber delivery, so you will pay for your own delivery, and I will put it in the Uber. You're responsible if it gets lost or not, because you know some Ubers are grimy and they will keep it. Then when we moved, I started like getting a little lazy again, not promoting my business as much. It wasn't gonna be the same because it was like people shopped with me because I was very convenient for them. So let's say like Rainbow or like any store like Fashion Nova wasn't able to deliver their items right away. They could depend on me. They'll come to me and be like, oh, like I need an outfit for today, I'm going out, and stuff like that. So I was very convenient for them. That was basically what my store was about. Once we moved and I wasn't able to provide that, the business went down. I stopped focusing on the business and I started focusing on fit. Once the business stopped like producing sales and all of those things and I bring people to my business, I stopped. I gave up and I started finding what I was truly passionate about. So I started working on myself. When I first started my journey, like 100% like dedicated, didn't stop, still hasn't stopped, was 2023. And that was when we moved to Jersey. I had more space. I went from a 1-bedroom with 2 closets to a 3-bedroom with like 5 closets. 3 bedrooms, a backyard, space for my dog. It was like a dream. This is what we had worked for, hard for, you know. So we moved and I started to work out. I started to work out from home. I was like, it didn't just start like that. The night before I had Domino's and I was like, damn, like, I really feel like I feel horrible. I feel fat, feel insecure. I didn't feel like myself. I wanted to find myself because remember, I still haven't found myself after I gave birth to Riley. 3 years later, I didn't find myself. Like, I was still having panic attacks. Was going to therapy for my anxiety. I was getting a lot of seasonal depression. Like, as soon as winter came, like, I was like stuck home, depressed, anxiety, panic attacks, everything, overthinking, clutter. Like, it just felt too much for me. Like, it just felt too much. But once we moved, like, going from the Bronx to a different state, like, it's a difference. Like me, when I was living in the Bronx, I would get harassed by these guys. Like, I would be followed. I remember a guy flashed me while I was walking. So it was like a lot. Like, it was a lot. Like, it was like the Bronx could be very traumatizing. Even though anywhere you go, you're gonna find people, you know, that are gonna be disrespectful. So when I went to Jersey, it was like a different scenery. Like, I was able to go to a park, walk. I was like exploring new things. Like, me, my partner, and my daughter will go out. We'll explore new things. We'll go fishing. We was doing stuff that we never would have done in the Bronx. And anybody who leaves the Bronx explores new things. So I'm not just saying this. Like, it's facts. So in Jersey, the stores were not open late. They will be open till 9 p.m. That's it. 9, 10 p.m. If you want to eat junk food, either you're going to have to make it, buy it, and have it in your house. That's it. Because after a certain time, stores close, you wouldn't be able to buy it. So that was good, you know. But when we did move to Jersey, we was more healthier. Like, we was walking. I started working out from home. I said, let me go ahead and just like start something new. I think I like saw somebody on TikTok or something that was like, oh, that they was doing this workout from home, which was Grow with Joe. And I always give my credit to her. Like, she really helped my life. Like, she don't even know me, and she helped me so much. Like, I'm always give credit when it's due. Like, she was the reason why I started my journey. I found her on YouTube because of somebody who posted her on TikTok. I said, let me go ahead and give this lady a try. I tried her, and ever since then, like, I haven't stopped. I did stop doing Grow with Joe, and I started doing walking pad. I started doing the mini stepper in the house. All of that is linked in my Amazon storefront. I went walking 2 miles every single day in my park. I will wake up at 4:30 in the morning, get dressed, take a shower, be at the gym at 5 in the morning, take my daughter to school 7 in the morning, clock into work 8 in the morning. I did quit my T-Mobile job and I started working from home. So it made my life a little bit much easier, because after we moved to Jersey, like, all them tolls and stuff was not going to be like reasonable. So I just had to find a work from home job. I quit my job, and, you know, we did the work from home job for a minute. It was almost like it was a year. So we did that, and I started seeing my weight like dropping down. Like, I was able to lose 20 pounds in a 1 month. It was good, you know. It was good. I started to feel like myself. A lot of people were like, oh my God, like, they were engaged into my story. Like, I told them, like, guys, like, I want you guys to just stick around, because this is gonna be for a long time. Like, this is gonna be I'm gonna turn this into a lifestyle. And that's sure what I did. It's 2025, and if I could go back and like tell my old self, just trust the process, I would tell her that. Because there was a lot of times where I felt like I didn't want to continue trusting the process. I just felt like giving up. But look at how far it's gotten me. I was able to grow my Instagram. I was able to grow a business, and was able to do a lot. Be present for my kids. Move to a whole different state. Like, start new life and progress every year. So I just really want to thank God for all the goods you know, thank God for the bads as well, because the bads make us better every single day. So I really thank God that I just woke up one day and said, I need to work on myself. I need to love on myself. I need to try something new. Because therapy, all they wanted to do was prescribe me with medication to help me with my anxiety, my panic attacks. But I just felt like I didn't have to go there. It was something that I know that I could fix on my own. And I'm not going to say that my anxiety went away completely, but it sure did. I was able to work on what triggers me. I was able to work with that. Like, what can help me? What helps me be calmer? What helps me be happier? What gives me happiness, you know? So I found that fitness does that. Walking, nature, seeing people, meeting people. I'm only 26 years old, so meeting new people always brings me happiness. Being with my man brings me happiness. Being with my family brings me happiness. Being with my kids, like, I'm very family oriented, so I love being surrounded by people. I don't like being by myself, and some people don't acknowledge that, or some people don't like to accept that about themselves, that they don't like being alone. Some people enjoy being by themselves, but me personally, I do not enjoy being by myself. Sometimes I do, like if I'm overwhelmed and I just want to have a moment to myself, like in the car, in the bathroom, stuff like that. But me personally, I like being surrounded by other people. I love like cracking jokes and having fun and stuff like that. I enjoy it. So Jersey really changed our whole life. It made everything so much better. It made me find myself. I got out of that funk that I was in. Became a happier person, healthier person. Was able to lose 130 pounds. It was the best moment and time of my life. I will forever be grateful for that part of my life. Now, in Jersey, I'm the type of person that I was like, some people like working for other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, like, I enjoy being an entrepreneur. I enjoy having my own business and running my own business. Like, my way, my time, and I get to have control of my life. That's what I like. I've always been like that. So every job that I had was like a little setback for a major comeback. Like, it was always like that. It was like for me to work so I could stack money, figure it out, and figure out my next move. So my work from home job was like a temporary job for me to figure out what's my next move after my first business went down. Obviously, like, I let it go down because if you want to, you'll bring it back up no matter what. Like, your business could be slow today, tomorrow, 50 orders. It all depends on you. How you promote your business, what you do. You get what I'm saying? It's you. You decide. So I let my business go down because I just like gave up on it. I felt like it wasn't my passion no more. And I was still finding myself. So, you know, that was not really my passion. I felt like I just did it just to have something, you know. But it was a great moment, a great time in my life. But I started doing fitness. I started wearing waist trainers that I never used to wear waist trainers before. I used to feel like I never found a good waist trainer that had me, like, I need to put my trainer on, I need to have my waist trainer on, like, it's comfortable. You know, I never found that motivation with a waist trainer until I found mine. I found my waist trainer, and I was wearing my waist trainer before I sold it. And I will have my waist trainers on for hours. It helped me so much with my journey, because me personally, I'm a strong believer that if you're losing weight, if you're working out, if you're being healthy, doing stuff if you're being healthy, you're being active. If you're losing weight and you put a waist trainer on, I promise you, you will see them curves. You will see them love handles gone. You will see all of that fixing up your body. Because I'm a strong believer that you should be wearing your waist trainers while you're losing the weight. Not lose the weight, then wear a waist trainer. No, I don't feel like it, that you should do that. And I'm how you say it, like, I'm a proven fact that this is how you should be doing it. You should be wearing a waist trainer while you're working on yourself. You should not wear a waist trainer after you're done working on yourself. No. Wear it now while you're working out. So that's how I did it. And my waist went from a 39 to like a 26. So then I started selling my waist trainers because I'm like, you know, a lot of girls was asking me where did I get my waist trainers from. And honestly, I'm not just selling it just to sell it for the money. Like, I'm really selling it because I want everybody to feel what I felt when I found my waist trainers. So I started selling my waist trainers and it went up. After that, like, I sold my waist trainers, and my first order, I did 100 waist trainers. It got sold in less than 10 minutes. I was like, oh, thank you, God. Like, thank you, God. God never fails me, because I'm the type of girl that I will sell everything. I will sell this candle. I will make some candles. I will do anything. I will figure it out. I'm not gonna be sitting down depressed, crying about it. I'm gonna get up and do something about it. Simple. It's gonna break me or make me. That's how it is. And it made me. My struggles made me. Because there was times in my life where we was living check to check. This $1,500 check can't be touched because we have to save the other $1,500 check for rent. It was like that. We worked check by check to survive. And I knew that wasn't something that I wanted to do. So I made a difference. I invested in myself, and that's how I made it to where I'm at. And I thank God for that. Thank God for my brain, my husband's brains, and my motivation, my life, my story, because it made me. Me personally, I felt like I didn't want to sell the waist trainers at first, because I'm like, damn, like, what if people don't buy it? Like, what if people don't like it? But after I sold those waist trainers that first time and it sold out within 10 minutes, I said, wow. And I doubted myself so bad, like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So I thank God for that. I'm still striving with my business. I have my low days, but I don't let that stop me. I promote my business a lot. I give out free products to people who are bigger in the brands. I reached out to a lot of baddies, people that are trending, content creators, famous people. I reached out to a lot of people, and I send out free products all the time. So I have a lot of girls that actually support me and love my products, and they support me and they share me for free. And I've paid people to promote me. I've done ads. I work hard. You gotta invest in yourself too. So I really work hard day and night for my business. I promote it everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. My boyfriend has my name on his P5, like once he's playing Call of Duty or whatever he be playing, he has it there, like Ash Doll's waist trainers. Like, we promote the business everywhere. We have our business cards, we take it everywhere, we drop it off everywhere. The gym, the postal office, they're like, what do you sell? And I'm like, my man always promotes it, because I'm very shy. I need to get out of that, honestly. But I am really shy. I stop a lot of my more of a progress. Like, I be stopping myself, you know. So yeah, so that's that. You see me, I could have stood in Jersey and spent all the money on like BS stuff. Like, yeah, I had my fun. Like, when I had the classic curves, I had my fun. I would buy myself some Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Montclair's, Mackages, everything that you would think of, I had it. And after a while, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say don't have your fun. Like, yeah, have your fun, whatever, you know. YOLO is you only live once. Like, buy yourself whatever you want, enjoy your money, enjoy your time, enjoy your life, do whatever you want. But after, it's a point in your life that you have to snap out of that, and material stuff is not gonna get you nowhere. You have to think bigger. You have to think bigger than the picture. Like, to be honest, you're gonna have to want some more. You're gonna have to want some more life, better quality life, living. And now this is where it came to. I want to move. I want to move to a different state. I want to do bigger and better things. Expand my name, expand my brand, expand my life, everything. And this is where we moved. And we moved for a whole year. We was living here, and we planned to have another baby. Like we just said we it's time to have another baby. My father-in-law used to tell me a lot, like, you guys need to have another kid. You guys need to have another kid. And I was like, I'm in my best shape of my best body, you know, my prime time. I don't want to have another kid right now. But those things don't need to change when you have a kid. Like, I've really proved that to myself. Like, you don't have to lose yourself when you have a kid. You really don't. Your kids don't make you have a nasty, ugly body. Like, they don't. I feel like it's us. Like, we lose ourselves in the mentality of like, I'm carrying a baby, I'm eating for two. And in reality, you're not. You're not eating for two, you know? But like, everybody's different. I don't judge, because I did gain 100 pounds with Riley, and this pregnancy I only gained 35 pounds. But I could tell you it wasn't just about the eating. It was more about how I felt physically and mentally, and like comparing pregnancies, like with Islani, I definitely felt 100% more better. Like I felt like me. I felt like I had control. I felt I felt like I had superpowers. Like I felt so strong. I was running at 35 weeks. Like I just felt great. I felt amazing. With Riley, I just felt so like tired. Like I didn't feel energized. Like I just felt, you know, I feel like I didn't have control of my life. So we planned the baby. The whole 9 months, I told him, like, I need your help, because I feel like once you have a partner who is like not caring about their health journey and their fitness journey, it can make you like lose motivation, and it will make you do the same things that they're doing. If they're eating unhealthy, you're gonna want to eat unhealthy. You need somebody to have your back when you're doing these things, to motivate you and tell you, no, don't eat this, don't eat that. You know, like doing things together as a partner makes it much more fun. So we kept our promise. We kept walking. We kept going to the gym. We kept eating healthy. We had our days where we were like, Chick-fil-A was my go-to meal my entire pregnancy. Like I would get the Cobb salad, the chicken Cobb salad, my entire freaking pregnancy, y'all. But it was good. I only gained 35 pounds. It was not bad. I did control my eating and all that at the beginning of my pregnancy, but towards the end, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I was like, I'm sick of this eating healthy. I want some McDonald's every day. I want some Domino's every day. And I feel like that was where I gained like most of my weight at towards the end. But it was okay. I did need to work out and walk and be active and all of those things to try to have a successful VBAC. But I didn't get to have my successful VBAC. I didn't get to have that. Now this is where we're now, 2025, y'all. I stayed healthy. I stayed active. I did all the things that was required to have a successful VBAC. But that didn't happen that way. And I'm okay with that. I'm not depressed about it. I'm not sad about it. I'm not unhappy. I'm okay with it. I'm 100% okay with it. I accepted what happened and what caused it and all of those things. I'm okay with it. I promise you, I'm okay with it. I got to heal Riley's labor. I got to heal me. I feel good about what happened. I don't regret anything. I don't regret doing anything different. I don't care who feels what I should have done differently. I don't care about none of that. I have my reasons. I have why, and I'm saying it loud. When it was time to give birth, well, the doctors told me that, I don't know if this is true or not, but I don't care. Like I told you, it already happened. It is what it is. They did tell me that if I wanted to have a successful VBAC, it would have to be between 39 weeks and 41 weeks. Well, 38 weeks or 40 weeks. So I was 39 weeks already. It was already July 1st. 39 weeks. My due date was July 8th. My doctors, well, I told them that I wanted to be scheduled for a induction at July 1st, but July 1st came and I was like, no, I don't want to go. I didn't go to my first induction. I was like, I don't want to rush the baby to come out. Maybe she's going to come out when she wants to. But I didn't even dilate, not even 1 centimeters until July 1st. So that's why I was like, maybe I should just give it some more time and just wait until she feels like coming out. So whatever, July 1st came, still no dilation. July 2nd, no dilation. I was doing everything in the books. I didn't want to see the yoga ball no more. No yoga ball, no dates, no cranberry, no nothing. I don't want to see and hear none about that. I did all of those things that I had to do. Nothing worked. I'm okay with that. It probably worked with my recovery, but it didn't work on my labor. So July 4th weekend, you know, it really be packed because the holidays and stuff like that in the hospitals. So the doctor called me and she's like, well, on my July 1st appointment, they told me, well, if you're not going to be induced July 4th weekend, so you'll be induced after July 8th, and that will cause more risk of your VBAC. So I'm in my head like, damn, I don't want to risk it, but I also don't want to get induced, you know, because I got induced with Riley, so I just felt like, damn, the inductions would maybe cause me to get a C-section. So I've heard a lot of positive induction stories. I heard a lot of negative induction stories, so it's really a hit or miss. But whatever. They called me July 5th at 7 in the morning. They're like, oh, you want to come in? You have to be here by 9 in the morning to get induced. I was like, girl, I'm sleeping and I don't have nobody to watch my daughter, so no, I'm not going. And they called me again at 10 in the morning, like, you sure? Because it's July 5th for weekend, and you won't be getting seen until after July 8th, and that will cause more risk to your wanting your VBAC. And I was like, I got scared, and I said, okay, well, I gotta go. It was July 5th already at 10 in the morning. So we went. We had to be there by 11 in the morning. Thank God my mom was here because she came because she wanted to be in my labor. So we went. They started the induction process. I got the balloon inserted with no damn epidural. So I was in pain. My blood pressure dropped. Everything. It was bad. I was spinning. It was spinning. It was horrible. But I wanted to feel all of those things. Surprisingly, I wanted to experience all of that. So I did it, no epidural, until I was 7 centimeters. I was walking. I was doing everything that I could possibly do. I felt so powerful. I was squatting during every contraction. The contractions didn't feel as powerful until they got to 7 centimeters. I wanted to go as long as possible till I was close to 10 centimeters, forgetting and not knowing that maybe I could be 10 centimeters dilated and still things could go left and I would still have to have another C-section. I didn't think about that. I should have just kept going with no epidural. Yo, as soon as I got the epidural, not even 10 minutes later, 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes, my daughter's heart rate would drop from 140 all the way down to 80. It will go every contraction. Boop, boop, boop. So this is where it goes left. 5 hours into labor. It was my quickest labor. I was like, what the? As soon as I got the epidural, things went left. Yo, Sonny's heart rate dropped, everything, whatever. I just looked. The doctor put me on my stomach. She put me sideways. She put the peanut. She put me everywhere. She could put me on my head. She put me on my head. I went every single angle. This little girl's heart rate kept dropping. They was like, I'm so sorry, Ashley, but we can't wait any longer. We have to do an emergency C-section. I said, let's go. Let's go. What am I supposed to do? What can I do? I can't do nothing. We went to the C-section. They rolled me and I just said, please just get me out alive. That was my fear. That's all. I said, please just get me back home to my daughter. I have a 5-year-old daughter who's waiting for me. I can't leave 5 days after her birthday. I don't want to leave. I'm scared. I was scared of that. That was my main fear of having another C-section, because every C-section is more riskier. So I was really scared of that. I don't want to leave my newborn baby, and I don't want to leave my 5-year-old. But thank God every single day that everything worked out good. The reason why my daughter's heart rate was dropping was because my uterine ruptured. It didn't rupture where I needed hold on, I need to find that word. I didn't need to have a hysterectomy. I didn't need to have that because of the cause of my uterine rupturing. Thank God it didn't have to. It didn't lead to that. But my uterus had a wall, she said. It had a window. It had a window where you could see through it. So I don't know what that means, but I just know that it had a window. And I know that's not something that we usually have. So it had a window that it could see. It could, like, it was thin window. So it almost ruptured that bad where I need to get a hysterectomy. So didn't get to that point. But I felt like it would, if I would have kept going longer and longer and longer, it would have. I don't know if maybe the epidural caused that window or the contractions caused that window. I don't know, but I still be trying to figure it out. But I could just leave it alone because it already happened, you know? But I don't know what caused that 100%. But I just know that Islani was born not breathing for 3 minutes. They had to put tubes inside of her. She also swallowed some fluid. They had to do a couple of things. I did not hear her breathe. So my VBAC story, it's a little traumatic, but I don't like to share it that much because I don't want to share any other moms who are trying to have a VBAC and then they get scared. But just know that having VBACs is risky. And now that I had a second C-section, I am not allowed to have a VBAC with my third kid if I do decide to have another kid, which I don't think, because I feel like the 4th trimester is the worst. And this is where I go into it. Oh wait, before that. So before all of that, you see how I told y'all that I went to go get induced July 5th? Because I'm like, whatever. Like, it was just like a lot of things going on. A lot of things. Before that, my father-in-law he was sick, like with cancer. He was dealing with cancer for like 4 years. And my man, he got a call, like, you know, like he's not doing so good. And it was like the 4th of July weekend. And my induction, I was due July 8th. So, you know, they was telling him that he was not looking so good and stuff. And my man, he was almost not going to be there to watch his daughter be born. And I was going to have to do it by myself, I think, because nobody was going to watch my daughter, only my mom. So yeah, so I think I was gonna do it by myself. I don't know how that was gonna work out, but I was almost gonna do it by myself. I think I was very like anxious and like I wanted this baby out because I didn't want to do it by myself. It was just so much going on. Thank God, like God gave him more and more time to see his granddaughter, and also for my man to be there during my labor, because I couldn't be selfish. He had to go back to New York and be there with his dad, you know. But it was going to be like sad not having him there with me. So thank God, like that it happened. July 5th came, my daughter was born, and he got to see her in pictures and all of that. But like his health was still not good. It was still not improving. It was not good at all. July 8th came and a lot of things was going on, and it was like, you know, you have to get ready to come to New York. I was only 4 days postpartum, C-section, had a tube there, like a drain that they put on you so that it could like suck the sweat out, and it won't, so it could heal faster and you won't get any infections as a plus size female. I think that's why they do that. 4 days postpartum, 4 days postpartum, and we was getting a call like he was not doing so good. So we was trying to figure out how to go to New York, because he also wanted to meet his granddaughter, and he said like, if y'all don't come, like I'm gonna go. And he was already basically on his deathbed, so he was not gonna come. You know, he was not gonna be able to come. I was trying to figure out how to do it because I just gave birth. I just had a C-section. My daughter's not vaccinated at all. How am I going to New York? It's an 8-hour flight. I mean, it's an 8-hour drive, a 1-hour flight. If you go on the plane, you increase of getting blood clots. If you go driving, it's the increase of getting blood clots. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Now I have to make a selfish decision, but not selfish like a decision. I have to make this decision. I had called my doctors. I called Islani's doctors. I said, I need a letter. I need something to show that I could travel with my 5-day-old child. My father-in-law is dying. I needed to call my doctors and ask them, is it okay? What should I do? They told me to wear compression socks, stay hydrated, walk around as much as you can. I had to get on a plane to New York, y'all, 6 days postpartum. And I felt like the most, it just felt horrible, y'all. I was on this bus going to the airplane, and some guy was like, oh my God, congrats. How old is the baby? I was like, 5 days old. She was like, already traveling? I said, that's the worst thing you could possibly tell a mother after feeling already like about taking their kid on a plane, publicly exposing their kid because somebody is dying in another state. And you're going to sit here and say, already traveling? I said, it's a family emergency. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's why you should mind your business, because you don't know why a mother does certain things. I don't think a mother wants to expose their child for no reason at all. So we had to take my daughters to see their grandfather before he died. But I went forward too fast because for my birthday, it was, so Riley's birthday is June 30. My father-in-law birthday is July 1st, as well as my brother's. Islani was born July 5th. My birthday is July 11th, and my father-in-law passed away July 13th, 2 days after my birthday. I remember on my birthday, it just felt so, I felt so out of it. Like, I felt out of it. Like, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was here. I didn't feel like in the moment. I just felt completely out of it. He sent me a text message. I have it right here. Have it right here. Look at this. He sent me this on my birthday. He was like, to my beautiful daughter-in-law, today is your special day. I just want to say how grateful I am for you. You're not only a wonderful wife to my son, but also an amazing mother to my 2 beautiful granddaughters, to my 5-year-old granddaughter. You're growing so fast, full of light, laughter, and curiosity. Watching you become such a bright little person brings joy to my heart. And to my tiniest granddaughter, just 6 days old, welcome to the world, my little angel. You're already so deeply loved. Wishing you're filled with love and all the happiness you give to us every day. So when I got that message, I just broke down. It was like we was on our way home from a restaurant that we went to for my birthday. So I just like broke down. Everybody was like, oh, what's wrong? But it just hurt me because it felt like he was saying goodbye to us. I don't deal good with like death and stuff. Like I don't handle it good at all. It's just like something that I'm like mentally not prepared for. Like at all. I'm not mentally prepared for that. And I know everybody's here borrowed in this life, not forever in this life, but it's just something that I'm not mentally capable of accepting. So I didn't want to accept that he was going to die. My man will always tell me like, oh, like you have to accept it, like one day he's not going to be here. But it's like I can't accept it. Like we just lost our friend a couple months ago, and that was hard too because it was very unexpected. It was like somebody very healthy and they just call you like, hey, this person died, and it's like, what do you mean? Like how those things just happen out of nowhere? But it's life. So yeah, it felt like a goodbye. So that's why I started crying, and it was on my birthday, and it was definitely a goodbye. It was definitely a goodbye. I know I wasn't tweaking. Then that same day, July 11th on my birthday. When we got home, they told us like, you need to come to New York. Y'all need to come to New York. And that's when we went to New York. He was there. He was alive. Like when we went over there, it was July 13th. We made it July. We were supposed to be there July 12th. We went to the airplane. We was there. We got literally we was trying to figure it out. We was trying to figure everything out, and we was able to figure everything out last minute. Everything always works out in your favor, especially God will make it happen. We had to take a last flight, which was 5 p.m. We got on that flight, but it was delayed, canceled, everything. We was on that flight for hours, and we was like, yo, like, we need to make it. Like, imagine trying to make it before somebody passes away. So thank God every single day, because we was able to see him before he was gone, because it would have been more devastating if we didn't see him when he was almost done, you know. So we had to stay in a hotel because the flight got canceled. We had to get on the earliest flight, which was 5 in the morning. We didn't make it to New York till like 1 p.m. And they did tell us that he passed away at 5 p.m. at 5 in the morning, but he came back because he said he wasn't leaving until he saw his son and his granddaughter. If that's not God to you, I don't know what it is. That's crazy, right? So we got to New York. We got to the hospital. We got there. Everybody was there. Family members. Everybody. That hospital was full. When we got there, he, I don't know, it just looks different, like skinny. It's just hard. Mind you, this all happened 5 days postpartum. Like, if y'all know a woman's hormones and all of that, it's crazy. Like, it was just something that I wasn't able to accept right away. But I'm just happy he got to meet his granddaughter. We was there like 10 minutes. He saw her, everything, hugged her, took pictures, videos. He saw Riley, took pictures, videos, spoke, all of that. And then whatever happened. And then they figured that out. And then he was able to talk to his kids and his family and all of that. You know, I had to like stay away a little bit because it was in an ICU. So I really wasn't in the room as much. I had to stay away. I'm 5 days postpartum and my daughter is only 5 days old and I had a C-section. So I had to like stay away a little bit. I had to wait in the other room. I had to stay away from people, you know, because I had to still protect my daughter. I didn't want her to get sick, but thank God she never got sick. She never got sick because God knows what he does. Sometimes us parents, we have to be put in that situation, but it's not because we want to, you know, it's just because life puts us there. So that happened. Got to say goodbye to him. I wasn't scared when I saw him gone. I touched him and I was able to say goodbye. What's it called? I just feel at peace because he's not hurting anymore. He was in a lot of pain. I will always hear him on the phone with my husband, and I think that's what like I missed the most, hearing them on the phone, because that was his best friend and that was somebody that was always on the phone with him. I feel like when you move far away, like phone calls are like much more appreciated because you're on the phone with somebody that lives so far 24/7. Like sometimes if the person wants to be on the phone, some people don't like being on the phone, but like them, they loved being on the phone together. So it's like something that I was always used to. Like we'll go to Riley's classes, we'll go to the store, we'll go anywhere. He was always on the phone. They was always on the phone. Even if they was fighting, like they was always on the phone. So it's like that was his best friend, you know. So it was like something like that. And mind you, he has to deal with his wife who's going through postpartum, a newborn who doesn't let us sleep, a 5-year-old, losing his dad and all of those things. It was like a lot to my man too, and it's still a lot because it's only 3 months
and he's the type of person who doesn't really show his emotions and stuff, so I have to like figure things out on my own, like figure out how he's feeling and stuff like that. It's still brand new to us because we're still juggling parenthood, doing it alone, and also grieving his dad. So, you know, we have to be gentle to each other. Life did a 360 right away in a blink of an eye, but I'm just glad that he's at peace and he's doing okay, and I hope he's doing okay, and I know that we have another angel that's watching over us. It brought family closer. It brought broken relationships together again, and I'm really happy for that. This is just to say, like, if you have a bad relationship like with your family, don't let a death bring you guys a close. Just do it before it happens, you know. So yeah, that's just been life. And also, like, we're juggling with that, and mind you, 5 days postpartum, loss of my father-in-law, business owners. My mom was sick. She couldn't stay with the kids while I was down there, so I had to stick with them up and down everywhere we went. We had to go to the funeral together. We had to do everything together, and it was just like, it felt bad. 5 days only postpartum, C-section. If you know, you know. You don't start feeling like yourself for the first 2 weeks. So like the first 2 weeks of my C-section, it felt horrible. Well, my first 5 days, it felt so horrible because it felt like a long time. It was just 5 days. 5 days felt like a month. I felt like I couldn't do nothing for myself. I couldn't carry nothing. I couldn't do nothing. I just felt like a depressed. I felt like in a funk because I couldn't do nothing for myself. Mind you, I went from working out, doing everything on my own, to not being able to do nothing. Like I was falling into a funk, and I had to snap out of it. But y'all, we pushed through. We're making it through. We're on the other side now. We still fighting, not fighting, but like figuring stuff out, figuring out our new life, our new routine, all of that. It's life. I feel better. 3 months postpartum. I'm working out. I'm walking. I'm waist training, which I love to do. Becoming a better mom and becoming a better wife every single day. It's not easy, but it's possible. We've been dealing with my 5-year-old's behavior too. It's like a little, it changed a lot. I don't know what's going on. She did have a couple issues in school, so I don't know if that's maybe causing her to be a little bit more behavior bad, but we're figuring out, you know. We're trying to work with her. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to see what's bothering her. But we're figuring it out every single day. And I just wanted to give you guys a little life update, because even though I may make it seem like nothing's happening, there's things happening, you know. But I don't let that break me. I let it make me. So it's making me a better, stronger person every single day. And I really do appreciate those who has been patient with my recovery and with just life and understanding, because a lot of people haven't been like understanding and haven't been patient, you know. Some people just, you gave birth today and they want you to do stuff by tomorrow, and some people don't understand that, you know. But that's life. Some people, they don't care, so it's okay. We pushed through. We made it through. We're on the other side, and things are way much better now. Still figuring life out, still figuring out motherhood with 2, still trying to balance everything out. We've been doing things that work for us, like put the kids down to bed at 11 p.m. Sometimes Riley will go to bed earlier, but like Islani, she has to go to bed at 11:15. She'll wake up at 6 in the morning when Riley has to go to school. She'll take naps. I'm breastfeeding, so it's you know, it's good. I'm also breastfeeding pumping, because I feel like breastfeeding is like 100% a job where you have to just have them there, and me personally, I can't do that, because I just can't. I feel like that's mentally draining, and I'm not going to drain my mental health just because I feel like breastfeeding is more better than formula feeding, and I personally don't feel that. Fed is fed, so everybody do what you want. So yeah, so I just hope you guys enjoyed this long video of my life update, because life has been lifing, but we still moving through. We pushing through. We doing what we gotta do. No excuses. We wake up every single day. We fight through. that's it. I hope I didn't miss anything because, you know, I'm still having my pregnancy after pregnancy brain. So I hope you guys like this video. Life is not perfect, but we're here. If you're going through something, just know that it's going to pass. It shall pass. And be nice to yourself, be nice to your partners, be gentle, and you'll get through, okay? So, love you guys. See you guys in the next video.